Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mini-Sode where today we'll be talking about BlowOut. Our story takes place in outer space in the distant future. The Honor Guard, a battle platform run by genetically altered clones, has been exposed to an alien virus, turning the crew into hideous alien clone hybrids who want to infect and take over the system. A law enforcement organization known as the Jump Posse sends in their best man, Marshal Dutch Kane, to take out the clone leader and wipe out the infestation before it's too late. So, the story's pretty bare bones, but it gets right to the point, which for a game like BlowOut is fitting. I mean, it's borrowing quite a few tropes: aliens, Predator, Arnold, the works. At first glance, you would think that BlowOut is a side-scrolling action-adventure in the vein of Metroid, or later Castlevanias, and while there is some of that DNA here, mainly in the exploring and filling out a big map with secret areas, keycards, and finding new weapons and items, BlowOut is actually more of a run-and-gun shooter in the style of Contra, where there are 10 stages, and the goal is to get to the exit and defeat the stage's boss, all while taking out deadly creatures and the ship's defensive systems. Besides finding new guns like a shotgun, flamethrower, grenade launcher, and more, you'll come across weapon power-ups, shields, and health extension pickups, as well as map stations to download the whole map, and health refill stations. Controlling Dutch is quite interesting. Using the right stick, you can aim in 360 degrees, although it's not very fluid, tending to stop in some angles. Also, instead of jumping, you have a jetpack that allows you to hover. While this can be handy, sometimes you're not able to reach a ledge because you're just not high enough to clear it, meaning you need to land and take off again to gain the right height. One thing I do appreciate from the devs is riding an elevator is done with the D-pad instead of the left stick, that way you don't fall off. There really isn't much else to say about the gameplay, as it's pretty cut and dry. If you enjoy run-and-gun games as well as exploration, then this is the game for you. But those expecting a Metroid on the big screen will be a little disappointed. In the visual section, the game is incredibly dark and hard to tell what everything looks like. That is until I discovered that the brightness slider in the options menu really does brighten the game. After I did this, I can now see why it was defaulted to such a dark level. Stages look exactly the same, which is to say, not very good and tend to just run on, which would make backtracking a nightmare if the map wasn't available. As for characters, Dutch is the only human on board and he looks, pretty generic. Hell, so do the creatures. They look more like goofy-shaped bugs more than anything else. Going into audio, the music you do hear is either ambient sounds or heavy rock tunes when the action kicks up, and it's okay, nothing noteworthy. As for voice acting, you only really hear Dutch and his CO talk, and the best way to describe it is Dutch is every action hero cliche rolled up into one, and his CO is annoying as hell, so you'll probably skip all the dialogue after a while.
Look, your wife's not here. It's okay to look at the map.
You see that, Red?
That was funny. I wish I'd have taped it. You're looking good down there, Kane.
Thanks, Red. What you got next?
Start heading for the network node. I've updated your map with the coordinates of the network control panel.
I'll jump right on it, like prom night.
Too much info, Kane.
Roger that, Red. Rolling out.
When it was released, BlowOut was priced at $20 for the big green, and $10 for the other consoles for some reason, but either way, it's definitely a budget title. The idea of Contra and Metroid blending into something new is really cool, and I wish there was more of that out there. This one just feels like a big undercooked game and could have benefited from a little more polish. Then again, seeing as how Terminal Reality was working on and released Roadkill, and was also working on Blood Rain 2, I'm sure this was more of a B project. Either way, Contra fans, give it a go if you're looking for a unique shooter challenge that's pretty affordable, and if you're okay with some slight control issues. Metroid fans, sadly, this one may not be your bag. And with that, this is the Dali Popka, and as always, stay green, my friends. I'll see you next time.